Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasayang papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, magandang hapon ho. Happy Thursday ho sa inyong lahat dito po sa United Kingdom. Welcome no. Good evening ho. Ako po si Sonny LARAGAN. Welcoming you dito sa ating programa every Thursday sa Happy Thursday ho natin na Immigration Corner. Siyempre, teka muna, sinabi ko ba? Good afternoon. Good evening na ho. Dito ho kasi sa United Kingdom, ano tayo, nasa almost springtime to be technically correct, no? I mean, technically, nasa springtime ho tayo. Pero, dyan na ho nagsisimulang humaba yung araw ho, no? Alas 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. Pero, napakaliwanag pa ho dito sa United Kingdom. Kaya napapasabi tuloy ako na good afternoon. Pero, technically rin, good evening. Good evening ho sa ating mga kababayan sa apat na sulok ho ng United Kingdom. Magandang gabi ho sa inyo. Siyempre, sa Europa na nanonood sa atin, welcome din, no? Tuloy kayo kabayan sa Amerika, sa Pilipinas, sa Canada, sa Middle East, even sa Africa, no? Meron tayong mga kababayan sa Africa na nakakapanood din. So, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is sa inyong kinalalagyan, welcome ho dito po sa ating palatuntunan. So it's Immigration Corner. We talk about immigration issues, matters, problems, anything that concerns immigration dito ho sa United Kingdom. So, hindi ho ako eksperto. Wala ho akong alam dyan. I learn every time, no? Siguro parang, kumbaga sa estudyante, kapag uma-attend ka lang, alam nyo, nung naalala ko sa university sa Pilipinas, or even sa high school, pero sa university, ang sinasabi ng professor, basta umattend ka lang. Pumasok ka lang, di ba? Maski paano may matututunan ka. Kaya yun ho, siguro sa kakasama ko rito sa ating profesora, no? Sabihin natin profesora natin sa immigration, maski paano may nasasagap ko ako na nakukuha. So okay, pakikilala ko na yung taong who makes yung dagdag kaalaman natin, no? Yung added information for you guys in matters immigration. Pakikilala ko na, siya ho ang managing partner po ng Douglas Simon Solicitors. Been matagal na. Nakalimutan ko na kung ilang dekada na siyang abogado at eksperto sa larangan or specialist sa larangan po ng immigration. Siyempre, walang iba kundi yung pinakamamahal natin, no? Walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA, SIMON-CABATBAT. Happy Thursday, Attorney!
Sonny, happy Thursday and happy Thursday po sa lahat. It's the spring has sprung. Sonny, we missed you last week. Really, I definitely missed you. Everyone did, no?
Yeah.
Okay ba?
Okay naman. We were so out, but next time, we will try to come up with something, a strategy so that we can be, even wherever we are, even tied up with something, may will work out natin. Okay, well, I missed you. I miss you as well. Every time I don't get to see you, or every week that we see each other, we miss each other. And, diba, it's a fun way also. Though, when we meet up, we show, we project joy, no? Happiness and information doon sa ating mga kababayan. Kumusta? How was it? How was your week? May na eh. Right now, this is the first Thursday of May. Oh yeah, I guess, diba? Tama ba?
Yep.
Oo.
Yeah, no, tama ka, no. Tama. First Thursday of May, just after the bank holiday, spring has sprung, no?
Okay, spring has
Finally.
sprung. Yeah.
Tapos, and I think next week it's going to be even better weather. Oh, it was actually quite good weather, no? A few days ago. Lumamig nga lang konti nga ngayon, but otherwise it was Saturday, no? Sabado, ganda, no? It was quite warm actually. So yeah, no, I've been so it's been busy. People have come back now from holiday. Courts have been very busy. No, I seem to be at court at the moment every other day. So it's just it's been really really busy. It's nice also not to have to go out with lugging my coat. No, although today, nasanay ka ng may coat, di ba? It's sometimes it's weird to go out without your coat because you've had a coat on for like 9 months.
Yeah. Oh,
So it's,
teka muna. Are you telling me that the weather-wise for me it was perfect this afternoon, the whole afternoon? Lumamig ba sa'yo ng konti?
Ako, it's just I get cold very easily. Ako sa'yo, I keep Filipino temperature, no? No one wants to come into my room because it's like a sauna. I like it warm.
Hindi, pareho tayo. Oh. I have a dilemma actually. May dilemma ako. I don't know if you can probably siguro no, baka may knowledge ka, may idea ka, no? I've been looking for a size 28 pair of pants, jeans na size 28. You know what I noticed? I noticed that in the UK, I don't know if you're aware of this, for men, the lowest waistline for men when you go to the men's section is 30. And
Really?
and the highest is 42. I've been going around. I went to Next. I went to River Island. But I went around some shops and went to the men's section. And I was looking for a 28. I couldn't find one. I even went to Tesco. Nag-Tesco pa ako. But I couldn't find one. So I don't know where it has to be ordered online. I don't know. Have you got any ideas? Because I've really been trying to look for some 28 size 28 jeans, no? Oh.
I do, in fact, where they sell to skinny men, no?
Okay.
Massimo Dutti, weirdly.
Oh.
So yeah, you should have a look at them.
Really? Oh, okay. Massimo Dutti, I have a couple of blazers. Kasi sa Spain, I would be in Spain and I would go to Massimo Dutti, no? Oh, really good. But I haven't tried that. I don't know, meron ba dito sa UK? Massimo Dutti?
Yeah.
Saan?
There used to be one. Well, there used to be one in Richmond, but that closed down. So I'm sure they're probably in London. But I've ordered online. So I know they have they actually I think cater mainly for slimmer chaps, no? So yung mga jackets nga nila, they tend to be more slim fit.
Really? Hindi ko alam yan, ha? Hindi ko lang nalaman yan, ha? Kasi every time I'm in Spain, we would go around so where do we live? We live in the area of the Torrevieja, Alicante area. And there's this huge parang mall in that area. Kalimutan ko na yung pangalan. But anyway, I always see, wherever I go, there's Massimo Dutti, no? Doon sa, just sa Spain. So I was able to buy some blazers. Fantastic prices, yung mga pagka nagsisale sila. So yun, nakabili ako. And I know, hindi ko na pala, no? Because probably that time, ang waistline ko nasa 34 siguro, 32, 34. I was almost 36, a little over 36 before, no? 36 went down to 34, went down to 32, went down to 30. 30 seems to be kind of, I don't know, medyo maluwag na eh.
Wow.
So probably either at 29, I don't know, pero wala yata mga 29. It's always nasa 30, 32, 30, ganyan, 20, by even numbers eh. Unlike sa Philippines yata, di ba? Nasa 29. And I don't know, kung aabutin ko yung waistline ko when I was 25 years old, no? 24. So...
Wow.
Yeah.
You are looking decidedly slim. No?
Really? With my...
absolutely.
With my... Hopefully, mayroong chiseled, di ba? Chiseled face na.
The chiseled cheek, yeah, yun na nga, the chiseled profile, no?
Oo,
But no, you are
yeah.
looking decidedly slim.
Ito,
Are
lumalim
you
dito.
still doing,
Yeah.
yeah, you still doing your running?
A bit of running, yes. Yeah, I did of running, yes. So, yeah. Anything to burn fat. It's not losing weight; it's burning fat, no. and your consequence of burning fat is losing weight, no. It's more of burning fat. But the problem with burning fat, if you haven't got any fat in your body, come winter time, you will need a lot of layers, diba? Additional layers. Yun ang problema naman, attorney. So, yan. Okay, well, teka muna. May, napapasarap yung kwento. Namiss kasi kita eh. Imagine mo yun. Sorry for awake. Okay, well, let's go for...
Me more.
Me, okay. Before we go into the greeting section, we have a topic for tonight. Ano ang pag-uusapan tonight?
So responsibility in immigration. Always a big topic, always a popular topic, no? And I thought I'd deal with it because this week, I usually advise people on sole responsibility just because it comes up very regularly on refusals. But this week it's been particularly popular. So I would say I probably came across, I don't know, 4 or 5 clients just this week, and we lost Monday, of course, no. So we're only Tuesday and we're only Thursday na nga ngayon. But I've already advised clients on this issue of sole responsibility. It is one that people always, unfortunately, either forget to deal with nga, o kaya they make errors in dealing with it, no, due to a misunderstanding of the concept. So it's quite a big topic, pero yun yung pag-uusapan natin
Okay.
ngayon. Sole responsibility in immigration.
Ito yung pag kinukuha mo yung anak mo, no? Yung mga usually ito ay common to in when you're trying to get your children from the Philippines.
Tama.
Okay, all right.
Opo.
Sige, ayan. Okay, yung segment natin na mga pagbati direct. Sige, ready natin. Okay. So, greeting time tayo, attorney. Stand by.
Oo nga.
Okay, alam mo, exciting. This is one of our segments that is kind of exciting in our show because you're trying to guess who the first greeter is, di ba? Andiyan yung mga contenders. Sometimes you get it right or sometimes you get it wrong because you would feel that these are the top guys or top people who are always greeting us first. And then it's now a choice between between the two, getting it right for the week, di ba? So, okay.
Tama.
Alam ko naman hindi ka nang dadaya, no? Dahil pag hindi, ikaw ay
No.
lawyer. Ayan, okay. So, sino? See, who is our first greeter for tonight? The person who won and was able to, bubukas pa lang na show, mabilis na. Okay, sino?
Yun na nga. I think today, si Oliver. I tell you, I was thinking about Oliver today. I had one of my clients. It's not of course US, but I was meeting with some people from Canada today, and we were talking then about also the US. And I was thinking, Thursday. I wonder if Oliver kung babatiin tayo. So anyway,
Sige.
I'm going with Oliver because I was thinking about him earlier on.
Ayan, Oliver. Yan, si Oliver ba? Tama ba direct?
Should have been done local.
Ganun lang eh. It's either or eh. Ganyan lang talaga eh. No? They're always the top people coming in. Pero si Oliver, alam mo, naalala ko si Oliver. Oliver is really bent on I think losing weight or actually about losing weight then, no? Meron akong formula na effective and which has resulted in me losing from an 84 down to a 69, almost 68
Wow.
kilograms. So, pero baka hindi niya kayanin eh because it has to be a total not really total elimination, but you have to limit yourself to 50 grams of carbohydrates a day, and that's tough for somebody who's used to eating rice. Oh, very tough yun. But I had to because there has to be determination eh. And from 84 when I was seeing that it was going down to 82.5, 80, 79, parang mas lalong di ba? Mas lalong motivated ka because you're having gains eh. You're having gains though. So ganon. But I think I'm plateauing at 69 or 70. if I go a little more siguro my ideal ko sana 65 kilograms gusto kong kunin eh. Kaya lang baka tingnan ko lang. I you know, from an 84 to a 69, that's a big feat already, di ba? Oh,
Huge.
30, that's
I don't know how many stones. Yeah, how many stones is that?
I don't know. Kung 85, let's say 15 times 2.2. 2 times
Okay.
50, 30.
30,
Direct, ilan ba yun? 15 times 2.
So, in stones.
15
So
times
it's,
2.2.
yes.
Ayan. 33 pounds.
30,
I lost 33 pounds.
33 pounds. And
Oh,
I think
33
it's,
pounds.
I don't know how many pounds in a stone. I think it's...
Tingnan mo nga, direct ko ano yung 15
pounds,
kilos in pounds. In stones. 15 kilos in stones. 15 kilos in stones, yeah. Tignan nga natin. Stones. Ayan.
Must be at least
Ayan, 2 points. I lost about 2.36. 2.36.
Wow.
Or 2.4.
Over two
almost,
stones. That's
or 2.5
huge.
stones na lang siguro. Oh, yeah.
2.5
So-
stones. That's massive. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, in ano, it's
really
33.
massive.
33 pounds. So it might even go to 35 pounds now.
Wow.
So yeah, it's
really good.
but it's determination, dedication, a bit of sacrifice, training your palate. Kasi di ba, you will have to be eating something different. I'm not used to eating salads every day, but I have to eat salads every day. I'm not used to eating yogurt every day. I have to eat yogurt every day. I'm not used to eating black chocolate every day. I have to eat black chocolate every day. I'm not used to eating tomatoes every day, but I have to eat tomatoes every day. Ganon. So I'm not used to eating walnuts every day, but I have to eat walnuts every day. So it's retraining your taste buds. Ganon, bale. So
No rice.
Totally no rice. I haven't eaten rice in since I started. Siguro, let's just say since the mid-January. So totally no rice, no rice, no bread, no crackers, no anything starchy. Wala yon. And all my foods, puro whole foods. I never eat processed food, so I prepare my food, which is time consuming. Yung food preparation is the most consuming part of the day, no? I have to prepare my salad. Mabusisi. It's ganon. So, yeah. I eat the opposite. Ito nga pala gusto ko lang I eat the opposite. People would say when you eat a lot of yung taba, yung fat ng baboy. That's what I love eating. People will say, oh, you might have your cholesterol or ganyan and ganyan. And then I eat 3 eggs a day, even 4 eggs a day. So, both yolk and whites. Yolks and whites. No, yeah. So yeah.
But that's good for you.
Yes. Okay. Nabasa mo na ba si Marian Galicia Paler? Sorry.
Hindi pa po.
Sorry napunta tayo sa Sorry.
Paner. No. Thank you, for first time greeter, first greeter natin,
First greeter,
Hello po,
yes.
Kuya Sonin, at Attorney Lira. At sa lahat, happy Thursday po and stay safe and God bless us po.
Oy.
Yeah, God bless.
Congratulations, Marian. I don't know how you do it, but saludo kami ni Attorney sa'yo because I don't know how you do it. How you are, Are you actually as early as 7:30 or I don't know, 7:15, 7 and 29, are you on the standby, di ba? There's a trigger point yan, trigger. But good, yeah. I mean, I know we've been playing this little game for months and years, and these are I wonder how they do it, no? So, saludo kami. You might receive a prize from us one of these days, no, Marian? Katuhan lang because of this your consistency mo, no? Okay, next siguro. Sino pangalawa, Attorney? Sino second natin? Siyempre, pag may first place, may second place, no?
Yun na nga. And Miss Paner was messaging us from Cheltenham. Sabi niya, it's sunny in Cheltenham.
Oh, yeah, it was sunny this afternoon. I went to a place, I was in Epsom this afternoon. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Cheltenham. Galing. Nga, di ba? Meron silang races, no? Di ba? Meron silang races for a few days dyan sa Cheltenham. Just recently. Okay. Ayan, sino next?
Okay. I'm sticking with Oliver. Oliver,
Oh.
no? Nakaka.
Pagkakatawa naman na attorney. O, sige. Oliver. Sige. Oliver. Sige. Oliver Fernandez from Seattle, Washington. Or from, you know. Oh, wow.
It's the ladies. It's the ladies.
Yeah.
Huh?
Annalou is
Yeah,
getting to be one of the contenders nowadays, which is good.
Yeah,
parang,
absolutely.
okay. Wow, in the running, Sige, go, attorney.
Yeah. So, amazing evening po, Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, Direct Pow, and to everyone now watching. Yeah. Hello, Analu. Are you well? Okay ka? Hopefully you're,
But is she
you're not
is
at
she not
work
feeling
still,
well? Ganun ba?
No, just to say hello and hopefully
Okay. I hope you're well. Yes.
hopefully you're at
Tama.
home.
Yes. mabuhay ka,
So
no?
nice to
Mabuhay,
see you, Attorney
Annalou.
Lira.
I think she also has lost weight. She has posted. I saw her posting. She lost ilang kilo ba o pounds, no? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Ako ho,
Doesn't
since
need to.
January. Mid-January, I lost about 33 pounds. Yun.
Astonishing talaga. It is that's quite something, no?
I never imagined it. Authority, I never really imagined that I'd lose weight, no? It was actually, I was bent on losing weight. Okay, I was bent on losing weight. I started late November, started running, and then the whole of December. And somehow something happened in January that that made a turnaround. That what I was doing then was wrong. I started juicing yung juicer. Yung juice yung meron NutriBullet eh. So I had this juicer, and what I did was every morning I would juice ako ng anything. It could be apples, bananas, watermelons, or any fruits, no? Yung pala, mali pala yung fruits kasi sugar yun eh. Sugary. And sugar is the problem. Sugar is sucrose. Yeah, no. Anything that's glucose, sucrose, whatever, fructose, they tend to become sugar in the body, and they're the ones that are actually, when you don't digest, break them down or whatever, accumulate in your belly. That's diba pagka sobra, kunyari, you eat a lot, no? And then afterwards, hindi na burn yun. It will now deposit in your, alam mo na, ito belly mid section natin, which is yung problema. It's hard to to lose that mid belly. Ako as of now, even though I've lost about 33 pounds, still very stubborn yung belly fat ko eh. Yun ang yan lang ang dream ko lang, ang prayer ko lang is to lose it totally, yung belly fat ko. And then summertime, hopefully. Okay, sino to?
Yun na nga, summertime.
Sino pangatlo? Sino? So we had Annalou Antipuesto.
Okay. I just
Annalou, mabuhay.
yeah.
Sige.
I just wonder whether to go with the ladies nga. So two ladies na tayo, no?
Two ladies na tayo. You stuck with Oliver for the first two guesses because syempre, di ba? Because you started with him. Syempre, at least second guess. Pero are you gonna stick with him or would you have a new candidate in mind?
Okay, I'll stick with Oliver. Oliver, if you don't, you have to be at least twice next week.
Sige, Oliver Fernandez nga ba?
Oliver,
Ang ating ikatlo? Sige, tingnan natin. Emeline Rafael.
So close. I was thinking actually of Miss Rafael.
Kaya nga,
So
magbabago ka na sana eh. Kaya parang nakonsensya kita dahil na yata si Oliver because you had him first and second. Siyempre parang but of course, Oliver has been one of our avid friends and viewers dito sa atin, always being number one, no? First to greet, diba? So I couldn't blame you, attorney, if you put your best on him, more or less, diba? Today, dahil consistent din naman si Oliver would be there, diba? Number one, week in, week out. Okay, sige, pakibati, attorney.
But of course,
Emeline,
Rafael is
lady,
Emeline, no?
Emeline, no?
Hello, Sonny and Attorney Lira, and happy Thursday to you all. Hi, Miss Rafael. I hope you're well, no? She's I still can't get over how young she is, how young she looks.
75. Pag inabot ko yung ganun, I'd like to be, I'd like to be fit and sexy at 75. Di ba? Gusto kong
I'd go for I'd settle to look like Miss Rafael at 57, never mind 75.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. We missed you, Sunny, last Thursday. Oh, thank you, Emmeline. I miss you guys talaga. No? It's a happy get together when Attorney Lira and I are on a Thursday. Ayan, oy, watching from Wimbledon Park. This time doing babysitting to my niece. Kids. Kids yung niece niya. Sige, babysitting.
That's a nice thing to do.
Okay.
Miss Giling.
Si Emma. Si Emma.
Giling. Yeah, tama nga. Hi po, good evening, sir and ma'am. Happy Thursday po sa lahat. Yeah, Miss Giling. Hi, Miss Giling.
It's a welcome surprise. Ibig sabihin, nasusurprise tayo pag nando ka sa baba, ano, yung mga early greeters ba? Dahil, normally, comes up at the end, you know? So, yeah, okay. Oh, Lisa Red. Sige, attorney. Oh.
Yeah, so Lisa Red, watching from Kent for the very first time.
Yeah,
Lisa. Are you
Which
well?
part?
Yeah,
Which part of Kent? Kent is the Garden of England, di ba? Yan ang description niya. Pero saan ka? Ikaw ba'y malapit sa coast? Ikaw ba'y malapit sa London? Kasi ganun, di ba? Yung mga, ano ba'y malapit sa London? Ano ba pangalan yan? Basta ganun eh. Malaki ang Kent eh. It's a huge... How do you call them, attorney? Yung mga ganyan. Kent, West Sussex, East Sussex, hindi naman province. How do we call them? County ba yun? Yung ganun? County of Kent? Kasi Dover, Kent. Tapos...
Dover, Kent.
Di ba? Ano ba yung Kent?
Kent City Council. Yeah, I think they are counties nga. No, Kent is beautiful. No?
Oh, yeah, I love Kent.
It's very green.
Si May. Tigbaw, Vargas. Yan.
May, yeah. Yun nga. So, good evening po, Attorney Lira, Sir Sonny, and everybody watching Immigration Corner. Happy Thursday. Watch you from Exeter, Devon. God bless. Yeah, God bless, no, May? Actually, it's lovely there when it's sunny,
May nakita ko photo ni May na hindi ko alam kung basta photo yan parang landscape o I don't know kung paano siya. Ang lit-lit niya tapos parang ang laki-laki ng background niya. It might be a tree or something naman napakalaki nakakatuwa yung photo niya. So May, babuhay ka. From Exeter, Devon. Kent, Devon, no? Yung first time na viewer from Kent, tell us where you're watching from. So that would be nice because to give us an idea where you're watching us from, no? Analuan to Puesto, attorney.
Yeah, so sabi niya, I'm good. So yeah, that's nice to hear, no? I'm good, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. We did enjoy the hot weather today. Yeah, it's a few more days.
Mainit today. Kanina it was actually it was sunny kanina. I was out in the nasa fields ako kanina. Nasa fields ako mga alas 12 ng tanghali. Yeah. 19 degrees ngayon to be specific. The time biro mo alas 7 but it's 19 degrees So mataas-taas ngayon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually after a show mamaya hopefully it's not raining. I haven't voted yet, so I'm going to go and vote.
Ayan. Hindi ka pa nag-vote? Hindi ka pa postal? Postal kasi ako eh. Postal ang ginagawa ko eh. Okay. Oh, postal.
No, not yet, but yeah. So they're open till 10, so I'm going to go afterwards.
Sa Richmond, I'm sure conservative ang Richmond. Ano ba nanalo dyan? Liberal Democrat?
Lib Dems at the moment.
Lib Dems, the last time, but ang Richmond ba has been conservative through the years? Also,
they kind of toggle between them, no?
Between the Lib Dems? Between the Lib Dems?
Yeah, so...
Really?
Yeah, Lib Dem or conservative. So I think the time before the last 4 years, could have been conservative. So they lost the local elections to the Lib Dems. I think 4 years ago. So ngayon, it's again between the Lib Dems who are the ruling, if you like, the council, and of course the conservatives. So tingnan natin. It's I haven't even made up my mind which one. Unfortunately, there's no. I don't think the Labour Party is gonna get in for Richmond. I think they're. I'm not even sure that they're. I think they're standing, but I'm not sure that they will get too many votes. But so it's between I think Lib Dems and Conservatives. So tingnan natin.
Ako consistently ako conservatives ako dito sa amin eh. Because we have, I don't know with Richmond, But in the whole of the UK, the lowest council tax in the UK are there are two actually. Westminster is one of them. Surprisingly, you're in the middle of where you have all of this, like the Houses of Parliament and so on and so forth, diba? Kumbaga, nasa city center. And kami sa Wandsworth, no? We've been consistently the lowest council tax ever in the whole of the United Kingdom, no? So, yung equivalent ng property ko halimbawa dito sa Roehampton halimbawa sa Wandsworth, ng council tax would be almost probably double or more than double sa kabilang kanyari sa Lambeth, no? Sa borough of Lambeth, no? Pero iniisip ko lang, Richmond it's a posh county borough. Siyempre parang iniisip mo, di ba? Conservative, no? Pero hindi, no? Nag-Lib Dems din kaya because baka naman may problema kasi during the last time yung merong issue yung conservative party or leader or whoever diyan sa no? Kaya siguro baka naging Lib Dems. Or talagang may Lib Dems talaga lagi ever since.
I think partly also Richmond, as you know, it's very very cosmopolitan, no? And a lot of European nationals also. So Brexit was a big issue in Richmond. And the Conservatives were obviously for mainly, for Brexit. Was the Lib Dems were not. And ngayon, I suppose the usual issue, cost of living, and of course there's this the Conservatives, the party gate, no?
Mm-hmm. Yun ang mga mapekto eh. Let's see, okay. All right, si Annalo Antipuesto, ito yung kanya sikreto sa sa losing weight niya, no? Ayan, sabi niya, ayan, I've lost 3 kilograms so far since I've chosen to eat right or choose eating right, amount of food, some juice. Suggestion ko sa'yo, Annalo, kung gusto mo mas lalong dagdagan niya, itigil mo yung juicing mo. Because ang juicing mo is itigil mo yung juicing mo, no? Akala ko for a while healthy ang juice, hindi kasi puro sugar yan eh. Yung mga fruits natin, puro asukal yan. So, ang kalaban natin, check out on YouTube yung Sugar is Poison. Yun, yung sugar talaga. You can eat healthily. I can eat a lot. For example, eat a lot of salads. Maski marami yan. Kasi konti lang ang calories niyan eh. So, you don't have to deprive yourself. Yung konti lang kainin mo. Dapat mo kainin pagkain na mababa ang calories. Ano yun? Gulay. Mababa ang calories. So, kaya maski damihin mo yun, konti rin ang calories lang nun. So, you're still full. Hindi ka mukha nung if you eat rice or you eat anything starchy, bread, you notice, pagkatapos ng konting activity mo, gutom ka na naman. Di ba? Rice or corn or anything, no? Ayan. Ano to? Sino to? Attorney?
Si Bing.
Sino yan?
Yeah, hello po. Listening while cleaning. That's so
wow.
nice. Good evening sa lahat. Attorney Lira, Sir Sonny.
Mabuhay ka.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Yes. It entertains you, di ba? Rather than, kasi, di ba, when you're doing like a menial task like that, parang yan, di ba? Menial, boring, whatever, I don't know. Kasi trabaho mo yan, di ba? Kailangan. Maganda rin naaaliw ka di ba? Pagka yung something na ginagawa mo, and it takes the time. Nag-enjoy ka. You're enjoying your work, di ba? Cleaning. So, mabuhay ka, Bing, ha? Salamat thanks for watching.
No?
Better than music, no? And may natututunan ka. Music naman kasi, pwede mo naman pakinggan yan anytime later on, di ba? So, ano to? Bing watching in Green Park while cleaning. Wow!
Love
Green Park? Maraming tatanong saan ba pinakamalapit na tube station sa Buckingham Palace? Ayan Green Park. Tama ba, attorney? Alam ko Green Park yan Pag angat mo ganun, dadaan ka ng Green Park, and then you're already in Buckingham Palace. Ayan.
Yeah.
So, yung mga hindi nakakaalam.
Winter Wonderland.
Winter, yes. Okay, sino to? Paula Ariza. Yeah. Okay, attorney, sige po. Sige.
Yeah, so Paolo Ainsa Luna. Hello po, Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. Happy Thursday po. Happy Thursday, Paolo. Are you? I hope you're well. And where are you watching from?
Okay, ayan, si Esther BT. Si Esther B.
Yeah.
Esther.
Cyprus.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Kausap lang namin si show yan
Esther.
sa Esther. Yes, so lovely. It's nice. She's married to an Englishman or a British guy, and then they're actually based in Cyprus now. So he followed her husband, who was assigned in Cyprus. So the family, the kids, and joined, I think, 2 years after. So Emma, Esther, mabuhay ka, SRBT. Mabuhay, mabuhay, mabuhay. I'm so proud of of Filipinos wherever they are, and they excel and they do things. Ano siya, is a very active Filipino community, Philcom leader sa Nicosia, Cyprus, which is the capital of Cyprus. Mabuhay, ha? It's nice, ha? Thanks for dropping by, Oy, Analo Antipuesto.
Yeah, well done. It's it's kinakamusta si Analo. It's Garciana, Cambodia. Kuya with stevia for losing weight siya. Okay. So well done nga.
Okay lang yung mga yan, pero actually losing weight is free. You don't have to buy anything. Sorry, medyo ano yan. Okay naman yung effective yan, fine, no? But actually, to lose weight, you can just do intermittent fasting. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. Have you heard of intermittent fasting, attorney?
Yeah, but I can't. I must say,
you can't do it.
It baffles me. It baffles me how anyone can do it. No,
I've done it.
I need to eat.
Okay. I've done it. It's just a matter of training yourself. Yeah. It's just a matter. 8, for example, 12. You fast for 12 hours. You eat for 12 within the 12-hour window. You bring it down to 10. You bring it down to 8. You bring it down to 6. I eat, my window of eating is sometimes 4 hours, or even I just eat one meal for 24 hours. Yeah. Kaya. Because we have stored fat in our body, and you will have to teach your body to eat that fat, to use it as energy, to fuel yourself. Rather than to, yung carbohydrates, bugin mo ng carbohydrates yung katawan mo. So yeah, well, lucky you, good for you, no? But what if you don't have that anymore? Diba? Kunyari yung mga ginagamit mo for dieting, what if you don't have it anymore? You will be eternally dependent on that, no? Yun ang problema lang. Roseby Ibardilosa, yeah.
Yeah, good evening po, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Good evening, Roseby. Are you well? And where are you watching?
Oh, Tagasano, Roseby, yes, okay, yes. Thank you daw, sabi si Esther BT, no? Sige. So, pag sunod-sunod mo yan, direct,
okay. Galing Jean Refama Elliot, no? Good evening, Attorney Lira, Sir Sonny. Nice to watch you. Good evening, Direct Paula. Watching from Newcastle. Newcastle.
Wow. Galing, ha? Newcastle, up north. Northeast yan, di ba? Yeah. Northeast side yan, no? Okay, yeah. So, okay, well, yun na muna. So, yun na muna ating mga pagbati. Tama ba, Direk? Okay, para may discuss ni attorney kanya topic for tonight. May importante ito. Because if you want to get your children dito sa UK, you have to know this concept of sole responsibility, sa immigration. Okay, so we're gonna have a short break. When we come back, si attorney will launch directly onto the topic that we have for tonight, sole responsibility in immigration. Wag ko kayong alis, saglit po lamang, kami po yung magbabalik.
Don't go away.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras. Buong linggo sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, we're back on the program dito po sa Immigration Corner on a happy Thursday. Kasama natin once again si Attorney LIRA SIMON-CABATBAT. Good happy Thursday, no, Attorney. Ayan. Okay.
Happy Thursday to all.
Happy Thursday. Okay, so diretso na tayo sa topic natin.
Opo.
Okay, ipasok na natin direct, no? Ayan na. Okay, go.
Okay, so ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon, itong sole responsibility in immigration. It's actually can be quite a difficult topic, and it's always popular because of problems that it causes. No? So pag-usapan muna natin what does it when do you need to beware and be careful, about sole responsibility. No? Now, it actually applies or it becomes pertinent where if you're coming to join, sabihin natin, a British child in the United Kingdom, or if you're applying for your child to join you in the UK without your husband or wife. No? So the issue of sole responsibility more commonly arise with those two scenarios nga. Now, anong ibig sabihin ng sole responsibility? Now, it means it's quite different from parental responsibility. So, sole responsibility is being able to show that you have been the main person, no? Not necessarily the only person, but the main person deciding on the big things about the child's life. So by that it means education, no? So choosing anong eskwela nga nila, or indeed health, no? Kung may sakit sila, kailangan ba silang i-hospital? So anything like that, do they refer to you? Now, so it's more therefore than money. Okay? So kung nagpapadala kayo sa atin, nagre-remit nga kayo. So kung you that on its own does not mean you have sole responsibility. In fact, may mga cases nga which says that just because you're remitting money to your child, say, kung nasa Pinas nga sila, hindi naman ibig sabihin that you have sole responsibility. It is a factor for consideration. So it is something you can show as evidence that you have you are providing support to your child, no? And therefore you have the indication is that you have sole responsibility for them. Pero kung yun lang papakita nyo, then that on its own may not be enough, no, for to show nga sole responsibility. Now, the many times that I have seen refusals because of sole responsibility, I can't even count anymore, no. So it is, I would say, the most popular reason for refusal of applicants coming into the UK, sabihin natin joining their parents, or indeed parents coming into the UK to join their British child. So this sole responsibility is such an important concept, no? Sole responsibility also means it's exactly that, sole responsibility. So sa inyo nga lang, you can't have joint responsibility, no? And that is where the problem comes about. So oftentimes you say, well, I remit money, so the problems come about when you say, okay, I remit monies, but the decisions are made between me and say yung lola nila, no? In which case the Home Office may say, well, in that case you have joint responsibility in the sole responsibility, which then can result to a refusal, no? Now, tips, and this is something actually that the cases I was been dealing with only this week nga, no? Things to watch out for. If you're applying for your child to join you in the United Kingdom, and hindi nga sasama yung nanay nila o tatay nila in the UK, you need to be able to show sole responsibility in the UK, no? A prime reason for refusal is if you submit a letter giving permission to the child for the child to join you in the UK. So sabihin natin, nandito nga kayo, nagpetition kayo, gusto niyo kunin yung bata nga, nasa Pilipinas nga siya, pero yung nanay o tatay nasa Pilipinas din, hindi na kayo nagsasama, matagal na kayong hiwalay, wala silang pakialam sa bata, no? But for whatever reason, people sometimes think kailangan nila ng permission nga galing dun sa nanay o sa tatay, no? Sorry, my earphone here is falling down. Oh, sorry, my apologies. The problem with sandali po, no? The problem with live, no, is things like that happen. So basically, it's kung yung sitwasyon nyo, no, nandun nanay, nandun tatay, pero wala na nga kayo, wala din pakialam sila, no, sa bata. I come across quite often, unfortunately, no, they seek out permission and then they submit it, no, to the Home Office, the permission of the non-residential, the parent who's in the Philippines, who's not living anyway with the child. Yung nga lang sabi, no, I give permission. If you're seeking permission from your husband or wife in the Philippines, kahit wala nga silang pakialam na nga sa bata, it means you are accepting, no, that they have a substantial say in where the child will live, no, which means they have joint responsibility. So, and you don't need it. Hindi nyo kailangan po ng permission. Wala na silang pakialam. And so, hindi nyo sila kailangan hanapin. In fact, if you provide permission, no, a letter or statement nga galing sa kanila, that is a sure way of getting a refusal. No? So that's one tip. Hindi nyo kailangan yung permission nga nila, not in relation to showing the sole responsibility in the UK. Now, a second tip, and again, this is something that I come across very regularly, no? So, sabihin natin, wala na nga magulang, wala na tatay, walang nanay nga, no? Wala silang pakialam o wala na sila sa Pilipinas. Pero yung bata, inaalagaan o naiwan nga sabihin natin sa lola o lolo o auntie, no? So, tita nila, tito nga doon sa atin. Now, oftentimes also, pagka nagpapadala, gumagawa nga ng sulat, no? Yung sponsor dito, yung nanay o tatay nga dito, they often refer to the auntie, the lola, the lolo as guardian, no? That the many times I've read the phrase, and my child in the meantime is being cared for by their guardian, their grandmother or their grandfather, no? Iba pong ibig sabihin ng guardian sa atin. Alam mo, sa atin, when we use the word guardian, we mean it more often than not in an informal sense, no? Now, guardian just means someone that they, you know, the school, for example, can refer to kung may problema nga, but not really the legal sense that they mean here. But so as soon as you use the word guardian, no, and you then the Home Office, pagka tinignan nila yung application yung nung bata, they will assume that guardian means there's some legal guardianship, no? And legal guardianship can equate to custody, for example, dito sa UK, parental responsibility. And again, that can then potentially result to a refusal. Now, so be careful with those phrases, no? Guardian is often not a good thing, or sometimes I see, my child is presently in the custody of, no, yung lola or lolo nila. Again, avoid using that, because for one thing, it's not correct, no, because they're not really guardians, they're not really in their custody in the formal sense, in the legal sense. Now, another tip po is when you're submitting an application, kung magpapasok kayo ng affidavit, no statement, letter in support, sponsorship nga, explain why you say you have sole responsibility. No, again, don't assume na alam nila na okay, nagpapadala kayo ng pera, na dito nga kayo, isa lang anak nyo, no? So don't assume na alam nila what you mean by why you say that you have sole responsibility. So say so, no? You have you can start your letter or sponsorship affidavit nyo to say I have sole responsibility for my child because, and sabihin nyo. So start really from the top, no? Say my child, I arranged for my child, no, to live with grandma and grandpa at the age of, sabihin natin, 7, no? At 7 years old, because my spouse and I separated. He was no longer interested in assisting in their care. I remit monies, no? Nagpapadala kayo sa atin on a weekly, monthly basis, for example, and I remit that to, kung pinapadala nyo sa bata diretso, I remit that to my child directly because they're teenagers now, say, no, so they know how to budget, or I remit it to my mother, the maternal grandmother of my child, because siyang nagbabudget nga. So explain it po, no? So as demonstration of my sole responsibility, recently my child had to choose schools, no, and I directed that she should go to this school because, no, and say so, no, and so it's important for you to explain bakit ba over and above, as I've said before, the money situation. But don't forget to also include that, no? The importante nga din na masabi nyo nga nagpapadala kayo ng pera. So kung nagpapadala kayo lagi, list it, no? So kung buwan-buwan nagpapadala kayo, sabihin natin 200 pounds, no? Buwan-buwan. I mean, I know for a fact that a lot are sending much more money than that, no? So kung 200 pounds over, say, a 12-month period, no? So that's already, of course, it is quite a bit of money, no? So 2,000, that's 2,500, no, 200 pounds, no, 2,500 pounds. So list it. So if you're nagpapadala kayo ng 200 pounds on a monthly basis, and that's been the case for the last, sabihin natin, 5 years, list it. Bigay nyo din yung remittance slips nyo, no? So wag kayong mahiya din na magbigay kayo ng mas madami over 1 year. So if you're sending remittance slips, lista nyo, no? So January, itong pinadala ko. So if they're going to school and it's a fee-paying school, and you're sending money for tuition fee, lagay nyo din, no? So for June or sometimes September na, some schools start in September. So for June or September, I remitted more monies than usual because of the tuition fee. Pakita nyo din, no? And a good way also of showing that you are towards sole responsibility is pay the school directly, no? So kung magkano man ang tuition fee nila, rather than sending it to Lola, tapos Lola magbabayad, arrange to pay directly to the school, no? Because then that way you can show you're directly paying for your child's education. So it's really very much a question of evidence, no? So kung kayong bahala sa health situation, kung may mangyari nga sa kanya, o sa eskwela, the education issue, and anything else, no? Say so. Yeah? That it's more useful to say, okay, these are the things that I've been doing to exercise my sole responsibility. It's more useful to emphasize that than emphasizing the fact that you've been separated from your child, sabihin natin, for a number of years. Dahil nandito nga kayo, nagsasakripisyo kayo dito in order to be able to provide for them, no? So it's more useful to emphasize nga the steps that you are undertaking to exercise the sole responsibility rather than, as I've said, the separation. But I cannot, for those, especially for those two scenarios, no, joining a British child in the UK, and of course, applying for your child to join you in the UK if you're British or indefinite na nga kayo dito, pero wala nang pakialam yung nanay o tatay nga. Those two situations the sole responsibility topic, issue is such a big deal. And truly, I would say, siguro 90% of refusals in those types of scenarios nga have been due to sole responsibility. So I cannot emphasize enough. Importante po yun, no? And prepare yung statement nyo or yung affidavit nyo or letter in support, no? And make sure na yung sabihin nyo, and beware of the things that I've said. Common problems, no? And problems that you don't have to have. Don't ask for permission from the parent who's you can't find usually anyway. And do not refer to anyone else nga as guardians. So if you watch out for those, then hopefully hindi nga magiging problema. And as soon as you're over the hurdle of sole responsibility, you'll find that the other issues, accommodation, financial support, in the United Kingdom, they're usually not as much of a problem. So beware sole responsibility. It is a big topic. It's an important topic. Do not forget to deal with it. Don't just ignore it.
Okay, ayan. Nako, sole responsibility. 90% of refusals?
Easily.
Wow,
Opo,
it's a sole
easily.
responsibility, no? Pero magandang technique yung kunento mo, attorney, kanina na instead of giving it to the lola or whoever to pay for the tuition fee, it would be a nice strategy to pay directly to the school. Because diba, it's a matter, sabi mo nga, question of evidence, mas mabuti, di ba? And, ayan. Oo. Tapos, you don't refer to anyone as guardian, kailangan, dahil kasi that will, di ba? Ako, lumalaki ako, guardian ko, kasi lola ko, I grew up with my lola, lola's sa father's side ko, no? So, talagang may guardian talaga ako. Wala na magkiklaim sa akin. Walang father or mother na magkiklaim, kundi si lola na lang. So, yeah. Pero in matters of immigration, lalo dito, no, sa sole responsibility in this topic, no, importante talaga yung walang guardian, no, para at least kayo talaga may sole responsibility. Okay, attorney, marami tayong mga questions siguro. I'll launch straight into the because sole responsibility, mahalaga ho yan, ha. 90% yung mabigat yung sinabi ni attorney, 90% of refusals nasa sole responsibility. So wag niyo nang i-highlight yung you've been separated, ganyan. I-highlight yo, these are the things that I've been doing, sending money, and di ba, ganyan, pag-aaral niya, school and everything, no? Okay, attorney, we're gonna be launching onto our question segment. Okay. Take it away, Direct. Ayan, ang ganda naman. Honky-tonk. Okay. Alright, attorney, first question from Queen Loach. Ayan. Kanina ba? Crisel pala. Crisel Abanilla, sorry. Crisel Abanilla. Yes, attorney, go ahead.
Magandang gabi po. Magandang gabi. Ano po? Yan, magandang gabi, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. I want to bring my child here to UK. Nasa Pilipinas po siya ngayon, no? Meron lang po akong katanungan tungkol dito. One, do we still need a sponsorship letter as part of the requirements? And then two, do we need a consent letter upon applying for visa if you're not the one accompanying your child to visa appearance? Thank you. Crisel, okay. This question is great because it's linked nga to the sole responsibility issue in a way, no? So yung una nga, do we still need a sponsorship letter as part of the requirements? Crisel, absolutely, no? The sponsorship letter is also called, affidavit nga, a statement in support. Kung ano man, either way, kailangan mo i-explain doon sa sponsorship letter why you have, for example, yung sole responsibility, no? And so start the letter with, itong pangalan mo, you're in the United Kingdom, anong status mo dito, anong ginagawa niya sa atin, bakit mo siya kukunin. If you have sole responsibility, so hindi mo kukunin yung tatay niya, dahil walang pakialam tatay niya sa atin, then you must make sure nga you also say that. But the answer to your question is absolutely importante po yung, Crisel, no? Yung sponsorship letter, otherwise affidavit or statement in support. Pangalawa mong question, do we need a consent letter upon applying for visa if you're not the one accompanying your child to visa appearance? Now, we just need to clarify the scenarios nga where you may need that. So, unang-una, kung sasamahan nga lang yung bata sa VFS, for example, now, you don't need that, no? Dahil, kung batang-bata pa nga lang, yung sasama sa kanya, it would be good if they at least have an ID, no? Passport. Dahil kailangan lang niyang i-explain. He or she will be asked, why are you here? On what basis are you here? So, they would just answer, yeah, they're here because yung auntie, for example, they're helping to submit the visa application for the child. But they may need an ID. So in that case, you don't need necessarily a consent letter, but if you want to, you can. Pero yun, hindi nyo yung papasok sa home office. It's just something na nasabusan nyo nga lang, no? Just in case you ask at the door of VFS, no? At the to submit nga the passport or accompany the child with the passport. Now, so yun ang one possibility. Second possibility, of course, is that you are yung ang pinag-usapan natin kanina, no? Someone who is who's it's a parent who's not really involved, does not have joint responsibility for the child. Kung yun, hindi mo kailangan, no? So this consent letter, if you're looking to get that from your husband nga sa atin, pero wala naman siyang pakialam sa bata, and you have sole responsibility, hindi mo kailangan yung consent. In fact, don't provide it because that may result to a refusal. The third possibility is where someone's just traveling, no? So sasamahan nga yung bata dito. So she got a visa already, yung nga lang too young maybe to travel, natatakot, gusto niya kasama yung auntie niya o lola niya dito. Now, in that case, if she's coming in with a permanent residence in the United Kingdom, that you manage to get her settled status nga dito, no? Now, I looked recently at the DSWD website, no, the Philippine Authorities DSWD, and ang sabi nila is if the child has permanent residence in another country, so she got settlement status nga in the UK, it seems you don't need the consent letter, no? If the child's coming in with residency nga in the United Kingdom. Different though if they don't have residency, in which case, yeah, you do need this consent to travel from DSWD. So I give you those three scenarios because it could be any one of those. So tell me which one is applicable to you, Crisel. But yeah, so be careful, when you say consent letter.
Okay, ayan. Oh, meron tayong okay, medyo extensive yung sagot mo, attorney. May mga scenarios,
Sorry.
Okay, hindi, okay lang yan. Okay, which is good, di ba? At least, di ba? Sometimes you just take whatever is given us, at face value, and then we try to assess, give it the different scenarios, di ba? Para at least, dahil siyempre, sometimes there could be lengthy, di ba? It could be lengthy kung maganda yung question, pasok na lahat, but you're trying to anticipate, ito yung scenario, di ba? Tama yan. Okay, from our message board, we have this question from Colin Bailey. Attorney, pakibasa.
Okay, Colin Bailey says, hi there, can a foreign parent of a UK child access British child access British citizenship or ILR? She came here on a child access visa for 33 months. Can she now apply for ILR, so indefinite leave to remain, and or citizenship? Thanks. No, Colin. So, kung pumasok nga, if she entered the United Kingdom as the parent of a British child, then she would have been given the usual 2.5 years or 33 months visa in the UK. She needs to show then, before she can apply for indefinite leave to remain, a total of 5 years. On that basis. So she needs to get an extension first, and then when she gets the further extension, when she's 5 years in the UK or near enough 5 years, then and only then can she apply for indefinite leave to remain. That is again quite different from citizenship. She would be entitled to citizenship after 12 months from getting indefinite leave to remain, because she needs to have the 12 months after ILR. So the quick answer is no, not yet.
Okay, no. Yeah, no. Colin, all right. No is a quick answer. All right, we have from a Tom Colin Bailey, we now go to a Tom Williams Lawlor. Yeah.
Okay, so
Attorney, pakibasa. Can you read it, please? Yeah, Tom. Yeah,
Okay,
Tom Williams.
Good day to you both, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. May I ask if my wife is allowed to travel to France without a visa? She has British indefinite leave to remain with Philippine passport. She will be traveling with me, and I have a British passport. Now, thanks and more power to your show. Okay, thanks, Tom. Again, quick answer is no. She does need a visa, no, because she's a Filipino passport holder. It matters not that she has indefinite leave to remain in the UK. So she needs a visa. So going to France, she needs a Schengen visa. You need to apply now if you're looking to go to in the summer. No, they have a long queue, but she can apply for Schengen visa. But she needs it.
Okay, so she needs a visa. Kailangan ng visa. Tom, your wife needs a visa. Okay. All right. Meron ako ritong may nag-message sa akin, alam niyo naman, attorney, maski sa ano yata ang Pinoy Radio UK, parang public service, no? Even on a Saturday and a Sunday, meron mga nagtatanong. But anyway, may tanong ako, babasahin ko lang dito from my yung minessage sa akin. I'll just have to read out, attorney. Question to. Nanonood talagang tututukan yung ating show ngayon. Let me see. Okay. Ito, isang question ito. Merong nag-message sa atin na viewers natin. Sabi niya, kakilala daw niya, bago po siya na nurse, kuya. Nasama niya sa dependent niya, ang asawa niya. Dumating dito yung asawa pero nagka-problema sila. So, umuwi yung asawa na lalaki, bali yung babae ang may work visa. Ngayon, yung lalaki ayaw nang bumalik dito, kaya gustong alisin ng babae as her dependent, yung asawa. Pwede ho ba? Yun ang tanong.
Okay, so you
nakuha mo ba yung question, attorney? Did you get the...
I think
okay,
so.
yes. All right.
I think so. So nurse ka dito, nandito ka nga. You have a visa under the skilled work route, no? Under points-based system. Now, kinuha mo yung asawa mo, na galing sa Pinas, dumating nga siya dito, unfortunately, nagka-problema kayo. So, umuwi nga siya sa atin, no? Bumalik siya sa atin. So, gusto mo na siyang tanggalin as your dependent. Now, yes, and actually, you have to tell the home office, no? So, ang mangyayari, kailangan mo sulatan ng home office, kailangan mo sabihin doon na hiwalay na nga kayo, and in fact, bumalik na siya sa atin, and you want to simply put it on the record. You don't need to do anything more than that. Pero kung nagpadala ka ng sulat, make sure padala mo by recorded post. Or you can probably even email, actually. But if you're posting, and they want to know anong details niya, kailangan mo lagay ang buo niyang pangalan, birthday niya, buo mong pangalan, and of course, also show, if you remember your home office reference number, lagay mo doon.
Ayun. Okay, all right. Okay. All right. We have okay, Lobo, ano ba tayo? Ano ba direct? Okay, ito. Meron tayong from Queen Loach, attorney, no? One question, no? Yeah.
Okay, so Queen. So sabi po niya, good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Just want to ask for your help while doing my leave to remain visa extension from spouse visa leave to enter. Okay. Part of the requirements is this, and I couldn't find its meaning. So in quotes, sabi niya, any relevant declarations or third-party consent to request verification checks. Okay. Hope you can give me a better explanation for this. Thank you and God bless. Galing po to kay Queen Loach. You know, this is a great question because it's often nonsensical nga, no? Kung mag-isa nga. So, this is part of the application form na kailangang pirmahan. So, it only really applies. So, sabihin natin, nandito ka nga, nanditong asawa mo, no? So, there's a section for your for your spouse to sign. Now, pero sabihin natin you're living in yung sa biyenan mo, no? You're living in your mother-in-law, father-in-law's place. Now, that is where they will need to sign any relevant declaration, so third-party consent to request verification check. So basically, if the Home Office want to check that indeed they own the property, for example, or the income is there. So in banks, for example, they need to sign that section. So relevant declaration, third-party consent. So the third party would be your mother-in-law or your father-in-law. But unfortunately, Tama, you're right, Queen. It doesn't. They should really explain it better. So that section is really only for third parties, hindi ikaw, and not your spouse. So there's third parties to your applications that may be involved, and mainly to do with income nga or accommodation.
Oh, okay. Ano pala, no? Meron palang ganyan din pala, no? Sa immigration, no? Because I haven't really filled up an application. Nandun sa application nakalagay yun. If there's a verification of third party, okay. Ito yung mga cases na, di ba? Lalo na yung they haven't really met yung requirement, but their income or some parang have been complemented by a gift from the parents, halimbawa. Hindi naman pwedeng pera. They were gifted because I think sorry, go ahead.
No, tama ka. It's hindi nga yung pwede. So third party support in spouse applications, hindi po yung pwede. Not direct third party support. So income, for example, so hindi so sabihin natin ang income ng asawa mo 15,000, no? And kulang nga, no? And the in-law has, I don't know, 20,000 income. You can't rely on the in-law's income to support to come up with the 18,600 minimum. But you can rely on the in-laws' help in relation to accommodation, no? So if you're going to be living with them, then it would be, in a way, well, it is actually third-party support. And if that's the case, yun ang kailangan nilang pirmahan. So with the forms, that's one of the sections, no? There's only one bit where that says. So if you're not relying on third parties, then you don't need to sign it.
Ayan. Okay, you don't need to sign it. Okay, maliwanag. Meron pa akong isang question dito, attorney, na ititanong sa atin, no, ng ating viewer. Okay. Ito viewer natin talaga na okay, mahaba-haba to, attorney, ha. Itong babasahin ko sa'yo. Okay. Ayan. Okay. Hi, Sir Sonny. Well, I'm your avid fan. Okay. Oh, thank you, no. Hindi ko na babanggitin yung pangalan, attorney. Anonymously lang, no. Para anonymous na. Sana mabasa po ninyo ito about my situation at this moment. Okay. I hope you can help me with my situation. My husband po is divorcing me on the ground of emotional abuse. As isto, binabasa ko, attorney, on the ground of emotional abuse and sexless marriage. In fact, ako pa dapat magsabi na ako ang victim for emotional abuse. I have some videos na tinatawag niya akong idiot at iba pa. And I am the one supporting the family, paying the bills, all the bills since 2019 when me and my daughter arrived. He even told me from the start na ayaw niyang i-adopt ang anak ko kasi ayaw niya ng responsibility at connection at magbayad pa siya ng maintenance if mag-divorce kami. So, I didn't force him to adopt. Now, 2022, it started that na I'm so stressed about my work. I'm working as a senior support assistant for autism and challenging behavior. So, nag-open ako na I want to quit my job. And he didn't like it. Sabi niya, paano mga bills? Kahit sabi ko na I'm going to look for another job. Pero sabi niya, how about if you can't get a job in 2 to 4 months? Galit siya. And I told him, maybe it's time for you to get a job. At nagalit na talaga siya. Kasi sinabi niya, ba't hindi ka maghanap ng trabaho? And he started saying divorce. He told me after my 12-hour shift coming home that he went to a solicitor and I can't get anything from the property because he purchased the house before the marriage and I only pay bills. I didn't pay for the house. He owns the house before the marriage. Is it right? Wala akong makukuha. That's the first question, no? Second, I have a 12-year-old daughter with me. He told me to start packing my things and look for a place to stay. He is kicking me out of the house. Can he do that? I have my 12-year-old daughter. And I'm more worried kasi magkaka-renew lang namin ang anak ko ng visa FLRM. What will happen next? Visa namin ILR. Kasi siya ang sponsor namin. Madideport po ba kami at this moment when the divorce is issued? I paid all the bills in the house. He doesn't work. And I was the one who paid my previous visa for me and my daughter, FLRM, this year. I don't know if you got the gist of the story, no? So yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. It's a terrible situation to be in. I mean, you must be so stressed. Now, okay. So let's just break down. It actually involves quite a few issues. So unang-una po, yung sinasabi nga niya, he's going to divorce you on because of emotional abuse. Unang-una, nagbago na yung batas, no? Only a few weeks ago, in fact. So it's now no fault divorce. Yun ang una. Now, pangalawa, yung adoption, I wouldn't worry necessarily about that. No, adopting your child, adoption or no adoption of your child does not mean na wala siyang responsibilidad sa kanya, no? If he treated the child as a child of the family. Now also with the property, the purchase, no? If you went to a solicitor, so and sabi nga sa kanya, walang habol yung asawa mo because binili mo yung bahay nga bago siya napunta dito, bago nga kayo kinasal. That's actually not entirely correct, no? In fact, it's not. Dahil nga it could still be potentially regarded as matrimonial asset, no? So I wouldn't take that as gospel, nga, no? You can in fact potentially make a claim against that property, and kung nasa pangalan nga lang niya, you should see a solicitor as soon as you can because you should register an interest, your interest against the property, no? And in your own, there's no fee to be paid to HMLR, to the land registry. It's a form called MH1, no? Now, yung 12 yung bata nga, yung anak mo dito. Now, that's terrible. So she's 9, so siguro dumating siya dito 12. So dumating siya siguro dito maybe 9 or indeed 10 years old nga siya. So dito na siya, 2 years in a child's life is a big deal, no? So now the main problem you're going to have is siguro ang gagawin niya, susulat siguro siya sa home office if he hasn't done so already, no? To say na wala na nga kayo o maghihiwalay na nga kayo, i-divorce ka nga niya. And of course, ang status mo is as his dependent, and yung anak niyo nga, yung anak mo is also as his dependent nga. So strictly speaking, he also needs to do it because of course it's a circumstance the home office need to know about. So importante nga, kung aalis kayo doon, you should write to the home office to make sure that they have yung details mo nga, no? Now, kung sigurado ka na susulat na siya o sumulat na nga siya, it may actually be an idea to make contact with the home office directly. So alam mo kung ba nasabi niya. And kung wala na kayo, maghiwalay na nga kayo, hindi na kayo magkakabalikan, then you should consider making a different application, no? On the basis really of family life, private life in the United Kingdom. And one of the things that you should emphasize nga ay yung bata. Dahil although 2-3 years nga lang yung bata dito, of course 2-3 years when you're only 12 is a big chunk of your life, no? And also you need to say why you can't simply go back to the Philippines, no? And maybe yung bata nga dito na siya sanay, maybe she has health concerns, for example. And of course, one other possibility is if you were subjected to domestic violence, no, it doesn't have to be physical violence, no, and you can prove that you have been subjected to domestic violence, then you can make an application actually under the domestic violence route. So, but you do need to show that you need proof, no, that you actually were subjected to domestic violence by way of emotional abuse. So it could be, doctor's report or indeed police report. So yeah, he can apply to cancel nga the visa or curtail the visa, puputulin nga nila. But there's a possibility for you to make a different application.
Anong application nga uli yun? A different application that you're saying, attorney?
Yeah. So it'll be an application outside the normal rules. So,
outside the normal rules.
It's not outside the normal rules. So it will not then be an FLRM. Pero kailangan mo nga lang gawin yon kung puputulin nila yung visa mo. So if they curtail your visa.
For the benefit of our viewers, ano ba ibig sabihin ng FLRM?
That's the family-based application. So if you're making an application for a spouse to come into the UK or extend nga dito, yung tawag FLRM.
Ayan, next stage
so further
is
leave to remain. Yeah, further leave
to remain.
Yeah.
And the next stage, like she was mentioning, ILR, indefinite leave to remain, which is medyo precarious ngayon because if it might be curtailed by way of, di ba sasabihin ng husband na maghihiwalay, divorce na at lahat, no? I-divorce niya, di ba? Makaka-apekto.
Yeah.
You are suggesting they should try to write the Home Office, but how are you preempting? Would you give notice to it? Baka lalang mapansin. Baka naman wala pang pinasok na letter. Would it help? Would it not be injurious to the, injure the, or harm the, I don't know, the application or the status of the, itong viewer natin? Parang,
it's the difficult, yeah, tama ka, Sonny. It's a difficult call, really, dahil, of course, ang ayaw mo din mangyari, susulat sila sa'yo, no? Sabihin natin Home Office, sumulat nga sumulat yung asawa mo, sabi na wala na kayo, tapos hinahanap ka ng Home Office to ask you the question, no? I mean, if the relationship now ended and they may even want to give you a chance, or they normally will give you a chance to make a different type application. Pero kung hindi mo makuha yung sulat, paano mo malalaman? So what you could also do, so unang-una, kung sigurado ka na ginawa na niya o gagawin nga niya, then there's probably nothing to lose, really, right to the Home Office. Pero kung meron kayong posibilidad nga magkabalikan, then of course you don't really want to preempt the situation. What you could also do, kung nagdududa ka, is you can ask for a copy of your file from the Home Office. Actually, it doesn't have to be for this, but it's a useful process, no? So you can ask for your file under what's called it's called a subject access request. I think there's still a fee of £10. You can even ask for it, you can apply for it online. You need to be able to show that you are the one asking, no? So a copy of your passport, for example, or any utility bills. They have 40 working days to get the documents to you. So 2 months, basically, to get the documents to you. Pero bibigyan nila sa iyo kopya nung computer record nila. So kung merong siyang sulat, makikita mo doon.
Para pala yung parang credit history mo, gusto mong ihingin, no? Pwede, 2 pounds yata yun, or 1 pound. Ganun pala rito, no? Maganda, no? Isang, tanong ko lang doon, sabi mo, okay, sabi mo, hindi totoo yan, yung kunyari, yung pumunta yung husband sa lawyer, sinabi, yun nga, dahil property niya, binili niya, kanya yun prior to the marriage. But you were saying na she can go to the, parang human registry, sa registry, no? Para pa-insert yung pangalan niya. You said that?
Yeah.
Pero hindi ba pwedeng
absolutely.
Can that not be contested by the husband? Is it just like you just go there, turn up at the registry office and say, I should be a part of that? Will they do it straight away, or wouldn't they write to the husband, whoever is actually named in the property? Hindi ba sila?
So what happens there? Yeah, you don't go actually. It's an application that you make, no? So the application is so if you go to that land registry, website. The application is I think it's called MH1. No, there's no fee. No, you just need to print that. Yung nga lang kailangan pakita that it is a property that you have lived in as a couple. No, that it was a matrimonial home. You submit that then to the land registry, and then they will deal with it. And if they will then register your interest against that property. Now, yes, they will definitely write to him also. Pagka iniregister na nila yun, they will also write to him. They will say, okay, this registration has been made. And he can then make an application to get that removed if he thinks that that's correct. So in the meantime, you can make a financial claim kung yung gusto mong gagawin, no? But no, absolutely, kung doon kayo nakatira, pangalan nga lang niya yun, you should register your interest actually, because otherwise, baka ibenta niya, and then any claim you may have is gone. I mean, of course, if you own it together 2 years, the claim you may get, no, the claim you may be able to that you succeed on making will not be as much as say if you're 20 years together. But it doesn't mean yung sinasabi niya walang-wala kang claim. That's not necessarily correct, no. So
okay.
Yeah.
To summarize, kasi watching siya ngayon, no? To summarize, anong remedies niya ngayon? So, anong the best thing na more or less gawin niya ngayon? You were mentioning about, you know, the 12-year-old child, although 2 years lang, parang you're finding a way to make them stay by virtue of the child. Ano yung sinasabi mo kanina, no? But in summation, what's the best remedy for her to do?
Okay. So, ang payo ko, unang-una, kausapin mo siya, no? Ano ba talagang gusto niyang gawin? Because it could be that, things settle down, things get a bit better, and it's an issue that you get over, both of you, no? That, of course, is the best case scenario. Now, kung ayaw kanyang kausapin, o talagang wala na nga kayo, then it's probably an idea to write to the Home Office. Dahil kung sabihin niya, no, sumulat na ako o susulat na ako bukas, ganoon, then I would say you have more to lose in not knowing than you do in knowing it and dealing with it. Dahil meron ka namang posibilidad eh. So, when the Home Office write to you and they say, in fact, no, sumulat na nga yung asawa mo, this is the issue, what do you want to do? No, they will give you time to make a different type of application. But you need to know it, na that issue has come about. Otherwise, mapuputol ang visa nyo without you knowing it. Now, then you make a new application, a different application nga, and it would be on the basis outside the normal rules, probably on the basis of you in the UK, and of course your child in the United Kingdom nga din. Now, yung trabaho mo, another possibility is of course swap over yung visa mo to that of your employment. But kailangan nga may lisensya sila, sponsorship license. But sabihin natin, kung, if that's not a possibility, then you have no real choice but to make an application outside the normal rules on the basis nga of your child being in the United Kingdom, you being in the United Kingdom. Now, and you mustn't also forget the possibility of this domestic violence route. It doesn't have to be physical violence. It could be emotional abuse. But yung nga lang, you need to be able to provide evidence that actually that's the case. So, kung ako ikaw, kausapin mo siya. Kung hindi yung pwede, then it's probably, and sigurado ka na susulat naman siya sa Home Office o sumulat na siya, then write to the Home Office yourself, no? So at least alam nila kung nasaan ka. Bago kayo lumipat, and it's a fairly straightforward form, no? Complete the MH1. But the issues here are quite massive, no? So your status in the UK, your potential for financial relief, may anak ka nga din dito, and whether or not that child is a child of the family and therefore entitled potentially to some form of maintenance, no, by the CMS. You need to see a solicitor, no? I think it is something na importante because otherwise too many things can go wrong.
Kung mag-negotiate, attorney, for example, negotiate, kasi short of begging, parang mag-negotiate, Ano lang siguro, hintayin mo lang hanggang sa ILR ako. No? Sa situation niya na yan, for example, how many years pa ang i-google ang natitira para more or less ando na siya sa ILR? Could you glean from the information that I just read to you?
Yeah.
Parang
5 years.
magiging parang ano yan parang magko-compromise lang. Sige, you don't like me, we don't like each other. But can I just probably request you lang to just leave it muna for the time being, and no letters to the home office of saying that we're ganyan. Okay, we'll leave the house, and everything's yours. But just don't do anything until we, di ba, can attain ILR. Pwede ba yung ganun?
You should not. Is the quick
You should
answer
not. Okay,
to that.
all right.
In fact,
Okay.
Also, the Home Office will not be very happy with that because omission can also be considered deception. Now, but
No, waiting for until she gets. Parang she's not really begging the husband, but I hope you understand. You're appealing to her kind heart and everything. Just let me, give me a few more years, or we can, if you want, we can just leave the house, or so on and so forth. But and so you're saying no, don't do that,
Yeah, because you see, the basis ng yung basis ng visa nga niya is as a spouse, no? That the relationship is continuing. If it's no longer continuing, the Home Office would want to know about that, una. Now, it's different also kung nagsama pa rin nga kayo and you're trying to work it out, you're just not getting along very well. There, you're still together. And the Home Office need not be informed of the fact that you're having those issues. Pero kung umalis nga sila, that means you're already separated. In which case, the relationship has effectively ended. But it's different if you're temporarily out now. You're just checking if you can get back together. So it's really a matter of fact. So it is a difficult situation to be in because you're dependent really on someone who's holding you hostage, because yung status nyo nga. So kung talagang wala na nga kayo, better to know the problem than not know the problem.
Okay, better to know the problem than not know the problem. Tama naman yun, di ba? Mas better prepared ka. Mas alam mo na ngayon kung anong gagawin mo. Okay, sige, ano?
Edgar, the lovely Mr. Duway.
Hindi ko friend, nag-message sa atin. Alam mo naman mga viewers, mga natin, no? Oo, meron bang magagawa ang Philippine Embassy sa abusong asawa niya? Pwede po bang i-adapt yung mag-ina? Just wish to help our kababayan. Pwede ba niyang involve ang police para sa domestic violence case niya? Sana kung may mga cases, maganda. That would be a bigger evidence, di ba, attorney? Kung meron siya mga evidence, a police report or whatever. And then now she can claim, now she has a more or less magandang parang, in a way, parang advantage sa kanyang favor, no? Because hindi na pwedeng magsulat siguro na sabi nung I wanna divorce her, she's at least ito may divorce her, di ba yun, panakot yun, you're held hostage, sabi mo nga kanina, sometimes ganyang situations, no? Dahil pwedeng takutin ka, hindi ko na wala yan kita, ganyan, wala na yung visa mo. Pero kung nagugulpe, na inaabuso emotionally lahat, okay lang, attorney? Medyo mas maganda laban?
Yeah. No, yung nga, and tama si Edgar, no? If kung inaabuso ka, kung tinatakot ka niya, binabantaan ka niya, no? Huwag ka matakot. Call the police because you should not have to put up with that. Yeah.
Tama sa attorney dito. Iba sa Pilipinas dito, iba rin. Mas okay dito. Kapitbahay mo maingay, pwede mo tawag pulis para sabihin tone down yung music niyo dyan. Dito, pwedeng gawin yan. Pero sa Pilipinas, baka hindi, no? Pwede rin siguro, pero baka magpatayan kayo. Dito, hindi. Talagang sumbong mo lang, kaya. Okay, siguro mga final na tayo, mga pagbati na tayo. Happy Thursday, lovely, elegant, and excellent attorney Lira, and always mga good-looking guys. Legendary Sir Sonny and Sir Edgar, and lovely Direct Paula, and happy viewers. God bless us from Team Libro. And I really look forward to visiting Belfast, no, para makita yung family niyan. Sige, attorney, magandang gabi sa inyo mga classmate, lalong-lalo na sa napaka-romantic, classy, and always happy na si Attorney Lira. O, kita mo, Attorney, ganda naman nga sa'yo, ha? Napaka-romantic, classy, always happy ni si Attorney Lira. Si and Mr. Legendary, Yummy Slim, Sunny LARAGAN, and the ever-reliable Direct Paula. Happy Dagdag Kaalaman Day, mga classmate. Pasok na. Okay, yes. Oo nga naman dito.
Tama siya.
Jules de Colonia. Hi, I sent you a message in the inbox. Hope you will read it and respond. Salamat po, Asan. Inbox
anong
na.
mo?
Ano ibig sabihin inbox? Ano ibig sabihin
Padala mo
inbox?
sa amin uli.
Oo.
So, I
okay.
don't know.
Okay, anyway, hanapin lang namin. Okay, sige, anyway, next time. Sige. Okay, ano pa yung next Okay, next message Okay, okay na tayo ron? Okay na yata direct? Okay na ba yan? Ano ba mga messages pa natin diyan? Sige. Okay na ba? Ano ba yan? Tignan mo yung sequence niyan. Okay na tayo? Okay na? Meron pa ba? Okay, alright na tayo. Okay na tayo, Attorney. So, yeah, well, we had a wonderful time. O sige, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Attorney, baka meron kang mga shoutouts, messages, or anything, or something that you wanted, that crossed your mind. Uy, nakalimutan ko i-mention doon sa aking topic or anything. And also, how to get in touch with you, no? If ever they'd like to medyo directly contact you, no? So, go right ahead, please, Attorney.
Yeah. So, yes, ito pong contact details ko, no? kabatbat@douglas-simon.com. Telephone number po namin, 0203-375-0555. Now, pagka nag-message po kayo sa akin, if you can just put Immigration Corner, at saka pwede nyo bang, kung pwede nyo idagdag nga doon, can I deal with your question, for example, during our broadcast nga? Or would you prefer that we speak? So, kung ganon, either way, lagay niyo yung telephone number niyo po, no? Just in case I can make contact with you. And just on that, I didn't get a chance to deal with Kim's message, email nga niya sa akin. So, I'll give you a call tomorrow, Kim. Now, so as usual po, I'm so, truly, lagi ko ito sinasabi, totoo, I'm so humbled that you're joining us. It's great to have you. It truly sa akin, I don't know about anyone else nga, but sa akin, it is truly a happy Thursday. It's a pleasure and it's a privilege to be here. So hopefully, join us again next time.
Yes, pleasure and privilege. Yeah, both of them. We feel the same way, no? Maraming salamat. Bago tayo magpaalam muna, Attorney, ipa-plug ko lang yung aking for the senator for this coming election. Doon sa mga boboto na kababayan natin. Ito, Astra Pimentel number 51 ho yan, no? Mahusay ito. She used to be the executive director of the Commission of Filipinos Overseas. She used to be the undersecretary of the Department of Energy in the Philippines. And ayan, so we love her, and the advantage of voting for her is kakilala namin yan. Yung aking sweetheart is a Pimentel, and this is a first cousin. And the big names, yung mga anak ng mga artista dati, yung mga mga anak ng mga politiko dati na tumatakbo senador, we are not actually close to them, no? Hindi natin kilala. But unlike us, for example, if she gets voted to the Senate, no? Pwede nating ma-approach to, Attorney, no? Dahil we are very, very close to her. So kung ano yung gusto nilang ipaabot. But in the meantime, before we end, let's just play some kanyang yung kanyang political advert dito. Sige, ito, panoorin ho natin.
Astra Pimentel po, bakuna ninyo sa Senado.
51 sa Senado ihalal. Si Astra Pimentel hanga dating kapakanan para sa pag-asa ating katatagan. Astra Pimentel para Senador 51. Astra Pimentel, Astra Pimentel, Astra.
I endorse senatorial candidate Astravel Pimentel, believing that she has the qualities that we need in our nation's leaders.
51.
Ayan, she has been endorsed by the President, Attorney, no? Na-endorse yan ni Duterte. So, bibihira mag-endorse. So, yeah, Astra Pimentel. Kung boboto lang ho kayo, no? Kaya nga gusto ko lang ihabol natin sa kanila. Isama ninyo sa inyong pagboto number 51. The nicest thing about this is we know her. We could easily approach her. Unlike, I wouldn't want to mention the names of for example, the children of the former Vice President of the Philippines. Halimbawa, yung mga anak niya na mga dating naging senador. Ayan, hindi ho natin kilala na no? It's nice to know somebody na pwede nating lapitan, kausapin. And truly, she was the executive director of the Commission of Filipino Overseas. So she went around the world to the Filipino organizations, associations, OFWs, lahat sa abroad. At alam niya ang problema ng mga overseas Filipinos. So, yan. Makakatulong mo yan. Okay, so I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Nako, sabi nga niya, attorney, happy Thursday talaga. We look forward to it. No, it's a privilege. It's a pleasure then, no, to be being here and doing this show. Dahil it's nice to, kumbaga, when you're a performer and knows that there are somebody's listening or clapping, di ba? You get inspired. So, natutuwa naman tayo. We got some feedbacks, questions from our kababayans, pagbati, and thank you very much for always being there, no? And dun sa mga first-time viewers, that person from Kent, baka hindi mo na nakuha yung direct, no? Kung in-specify niya which part of Kent siya, no? Kasi ano ba yung mga Bromley is Kent. Bromley is close to London. Dover, Kent is very far away from London. Richmond is in Surrey, di ba? Pero Frimley is in Surrey, which is many miles away, no? So malalaki din yan, ganyan yan, no? Okay, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye, no? Sa ngalan ni Attorney LIRA SIMON-CABATBAT and our Director Paula Perez, no? Ito po si Sonny Laragang nagsasabing thank you very much sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay sa amin ni Attorney dito ho sa Immigration Corner. So let's do another happy Thursday next week. So till then, take care, God bless, and good night. Bye!
Astra Pimentel po, bakuna ninyo sa Senado.
51 sa Senado ihalal. Si Astra Pimentel hangad ating kapakanan. Para sa pag-asa ating katatagan. Astra Pimentel para Senador 51. Astra Pimentel, Astra Pimentel, Astra.
I endorse senatorial candidate Astra Pimentel, believing that she has the qualities that we need in our nation's leaders.
51.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasayang papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.